Hello everybody and welcome back to my series on Batman the Animated Series Shadow of the Bat, the game that we've done one episode of so far, and this is the second tutorial mission called The Cat and the Claw. It's a single self-contained episode, unlike the rest of the missions that the core box ships with, which are all at least 2 parts. I think most of them are 3 parts. But either way, I'm going to quickly read the little blurb for this episode from the episode guide right here. Gotham City has become the base of operations for the thief known as Catwoman, and soon the Dark Knight becomes aware of her presence. However, Catwoman is not the only criminal operating in the city. An international terrorist by the name of Red Claw has also begun working in the city, much to the dismay of Batman and the Gotham City Police Department. It's up to Batman to find and stamp out this new criminal presence while dealing with his conflicted emotions, that's one way to put it, regarding Catwoman. So, and also this is a little bit different in the sense that there are 3 boards. I know you can only really see the 2 main ones here, which is where most of the fighting is going to take place, but there is a third which represents a museum that Catwoman is breaking into to steal a diamond. So if I turn the page real quick, we can talk about the pretty basic conditions for victory or failure in the cooperative mode, and cooperative mode is against the AI. My 4 heroes all start up on the roof. Up here, there's a few different spaces you can choose from to start with, but I've picked the ones you can see. So Batman, Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing. And the heroes win if they rescue all the bystanders and Catwoman is KO'd. The bystanders are these little ladies here, here, and here. There's 3 of them, surrounded by a bunch of enforcers and hired guns. The villains win if by the end of round 4, which is pretty quick, like 4 rounds is not a lot in this game, Catwoman escapes with the diamond. So if Catwoman isn't KO'd by turn 4, instant fail. If she's KO'd by turn 4, we can take the rest of the up to turn 8 to clear and save the bystanders over here. It gives us more time. But if any of my heroes receive KO, I instantly lose as well, so reduced to 0 HP. So if any of my guys get reduced to 0 HP, instant fail. Catwoman's still conscious by the end of turn 4, instant fail. So it's pretty rough. This might be a bit of a shorter one because I feel like this is a little bit more difficult. And it introduces elevated terrain, which are the blue borders around here. This is a street in between 2 buildings. These are fire escapes, which are difficult terrain, but it lets you jump down. You can also just choose to fall if you want. You take 4 dice worth of damage though, although you do get to roll defense dice against them. And to get rid of a bystander, you just need to be next to them and spend a non-block symbol. There is a taking hostages mechanic, but if the scenario doesn't dictate that the enemies can do it, you don't have to do it. Or just can't do it, possibly. I'm not 100% sure on that, but either way, I think that about covers it for the what we've just got to do for this mission. Oh, but that is a good time to go over some mistakes from last time, which I did correct in a sticky comment, but just to go over them. The biggest mistake I made last time was I was using the wrong dice for Robin. These are the dice he's supposed to be using, the black and red ones. I was using the red and yellow ones thinking, oh, that's Robin's colour. It actually does say on the bottom of their cards what dice they use and what symbols are on them. I just didn't notice. So for every double fist he rolled last time, it should have been a single, and for every single ranged he rolled, it should have been a double. So it worked out. His close combat attacks were stronger than they should have been, but his ranged attacks were weaker than they should have been. As far as other corrections go, Man-Bat when he was flying counted as being on elevated, i.e. kind of similar to the blue outlines here, meaning that he shouldn't have been hindered by moving around my team because he was flying above them. I think that about covers it. So let's start going over the specifics of the mission. I've already told you who's where. These are skylights which lead down to the museum in which Catwoman is trying to get to a diamond and escape. You can spend 2 movement icons to do a climb action, which lets you descend from a elevated area down to a lower area without taking damage. Same goes for, for instance, jumping from here down into the street. So that's to take the skylight down to there. Originally I was going to send just Batman to fight Catwoman, but because you only have 4 turns, and for a rule she has that we'll go over later, I don't think that's enough. So Robin is going to go help him, and Nightwing and Batgirl are going to try and take out these thugs, of which there is 1, 2, 3, 4 gunmen, hired guns, and 1, 2, 3, 4 enforcers. 2 of the civilians are down in the street, 1 of them is on the roof. So I think that about covers it from that side. And over here we can see the museum. This is where Catwoman starts. She has her cat Isis with her, which does special things, just moves when she moves, or activates when she activates. Can't be attacked, doesn't attack, and does debuffs. The diamond she wants is right here. There's a fire escape there, and this is where she escapes to. So for her first turn, she's just going to move up to here to grab this. It doesn't save to do that, but it makes the most sense to me. So that's what we're going to make her do. And then, as I say, if she's still conscious by the end of turn 4, then we insta-fail. She escapes with the diamond. So all that is left to go over is the equipment and setup for special skills of my team. And then we can go into battle round 1. So I'm using the same 4 characters as last time. Batman, Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin. Obviously, because you've seen their miniatures already. Hopefully this time remembering their set roles. However, like last time, I'm just going to ignore the escalation rule for Batman. I don't know why it's a thing. In cooperative mode, it gives the supervillain an extra turn at the end of the round. And I just don't understand why that's a thing. So we're ignoring it, because otherwise Catwoman will just murder anyone who goes after her, because she'll get 6 attacks in a turn, which again just makes no sense to me. So I'm ignoring that. It's not a rule I'm getting wrong. It is a rule I'm choosing to ignore. I'm ignoring escalation. So I'm using the exact same setup in terms of cards, because I feel like they're the best choices. Nightwing is a master acrobat, quick wit, and he's independent as his set role on his card. Again, I'll try and remember it. With 3 insight. And he's taking a grapple gun, a batarang, a throwing blade, and smoke bombs. Batman taking the exact same gear. He has judo throw, I am the knight, and driven by the past. Batgirl is taking spring forward and bird of prey. She has 5 insight. Batman has 4. I'm calling it insight again, aren't I? Focus. I call it insight because it reminds me of Bloodborne. And then Robin, he only has 2 focus, but he has trained by Batman, and practice makes perfect. I'm also just going to show off another mechanic that you can optionally do, which is bring ally cards. So I'm going to bring Alfred. These are one-time use buffs to help you, basically. Loyal Butler, during the battle you may discard this card after rolling action dice for the round. Each hero may set one of their action dice to a non-bat icon side of their choice. And you discard the card. So Alfred is offering us all a buff. And I think with that we can jump into battle round 1, and I don't need to draw an initiative card because Catwoman has a rule called Ahead of the Game, which means she is always the first card drawn. So I'm just not going to include it in the deck. She gets first activation. So with that, let's get started. So although Catwoman is going first, we still get to roll our dice. For Batman, he gets to pick one of his dice as long as it says middle. I'm going to choose a foot and put that in the middle because I need to make sure he can get into the museum to start fighting Catwoman. His other 2 dice are a punch and a block and another foot. I'll share the foot to Robin and the fist shield to Nightwing. Nightwing's dice, 2 feet. I'll share one of them with Batman. Oh, actually, I could give him a range to attack Catwoman with a ranged attack. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we'll share it like that. And then Batgirl. Oh, that's not a good roll at all. Well, it is defensively. I suppose she'll give a block to Nightwing, and Robin, she'll keep a move for herself, but not very good offensively. And then Robin's dice, this time rolling the correct dice. He's got a wild card, he's got a double move, which I think is unique to him, because none of their dice have a double move. I'll share that with Batman to give him 4 in total. We'll turn the bat symbol into a double ranged. Share that with Barbara, and keep the punch and the block for him. So I'll get the extra icons for the abilities they're sharing to their sides, and then we'll go to Catwoman's turn. So Catwoman is of course already starting in the museum. We can quickly take a look at her card. She moves 4, she does a flat 2 attack, she blocks 3, she has 13 health. Ahead of the Game I've already covered, but also when she receives hit +1 when making melee strikes against adjacent enemy figures. If she can't reach optimal range, then her ranged attack, her close combat attack, because she wants to hit the person with the most skill, she becomes range 2, I guess, because she's using her whip. The other rule she has is when Catwoman is attacked, and this is the bad part. When Catwoman is attacked, you roll one of the battle dice, and if it's a block, she just evades the attack entirely. There's 2 blocks on each dice, which means she has a 1 in 3 chance of just not taking any hits at all, which is why I'm sending 2 people after her. I mean, maybe even sending 3 after her is the smart thing to do. I don't know. That's why we're testing as we go. And her cat, Isis, moves to... Isis activates when Catwoman does. She can only make move actions, does not need to break away. Attempts to move on to figures that are rather than adjacent to them. Hang on. Attempts to move onto figures rather than adjacent to them. Okay, yes, she moves onto the tile. That's what it means. Because when she's on the tile with them, she lowers attack, hit, defend, blocks, all get -1, which is very bad. And she's small, so she can share her space with other figures. But Catwoman's activating by herself in the museum, so all she's literally doing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, grab the diamond, I guess, for an action, and then she's basically done, and then she just mills around, because there's nothing else to do. Isis moves 2, though. I don't know, does Isis count as a supervillain? No, Isis is a minion, so I guess she would only get 2 actions. So I guess she'll move there for now and just stick with Catwoman. And they're basically done. So I'll come over here and you just have to take my word for it. I'm drawing an initiative deck card. It is going to be Batman starting the game. So this first turn is going to have a little bit of an awkward angle because Batman is of course starting up on the roof, but I want him inside the museum. So he's got a total of 4 feet to spend. He needs to spend 1 to move adjacent to the skylight, and then he needs to spend 2 to do a climb action so he doesn't take any damage, and that lets him scale down, and then he pops out right here because the skylights go to the skylights above. And then now he does have 1 more foot he can use, and he only has a single punch, but if he stays at range he's got a double ranged icon to use. I think he's going to stay at range. Now he would normally get a debuff because he's throwing it more than 2 away, but what I'm going to do is use a throwing blade instantly. We're going all in on getting Catwoman down before turn 4. So that means we're rolling his 2 base attack. The throwing blade throws in an extra 1, and he's spending a double ranged for another 2. However, Catwoman's rule, she's getting attacked. Does she just ignore the attack? She does not. That's good. So this many dice, and it's damage -3 for her base defense of 3. So we rolled a lot of defense. We'll immediately spend focus to reroll the 3 blocks. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5. It comes down by 3. We did 2 damage to Catwoman, and with that, I'll need to look out some damage icons. Oh wait, here we are, right here. 2 whole damage to Catwoman's 13 HP in the 4 turns we have in which to kill her. The only symbol Batman has left is defense and attack, a mixed one. He can't get close enough. So, well, actually, maybe he could grapple gun. Is it worth it? Do I really want to go all in? Let me see grapple gun here. Ignore any figures. No, oh no, you still have to spend a move though. It doesn't give you a free move. It's not like the Batman miniature game. Alright, well in that case it's time to draw another initiative card then. And see who it is. It is... oh, perfect. It is Tim Drake going next. So Tim's basically going to do the exact same thing Batman did. He's going to spend a single foot to get next to the skylight. Spend a double foot in the one of his own, which is the only other move he has this turn, to come smashing down through here. And I don't want him in base to base because he's going to do a ranged attack, so he's going to smash down there behind Catwoman, which again is slightly off center, but now that they're down there I can move the camera next time. And he's going to initiate a ranged attack, because why not? So, well, let's see if it matters first of all. Does Catwoman block the ranged attack he's doing? Yes, she does. Oh well. So he's just wasted that, and he is also banking +2 defense and 1 fist he can't use this turn. That is unfortunate. This is why it's going to be a problem. Next initiative card around the other side of the camera. It's going to be the Enforcers. So Enforcers want to attack the person with the lowest HP. They do not attack their bystanders, their hostages more or less. So they are going to want to go after Barbara. She's got 1 less HP than Nightwing. And they move 3. So this one would move 1, 2 up onto the fire extinguisher, fire escape, and then he would have to use his other action to move again to get enough to then walk off. Well, no, actually, no, they have 3 movements, so then that's 3. And then the second action would be to move into base to base with Barbara, because they only attack at close combat. Exactly the same for him. 1, 2, 3, 1 to go attack Barbara. The one down there in the street. The one on the fire escape there, I don't think he can get far enough. Well, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I guess, because they can only climb up on the fire escape as far as I'm aware. I don't think they're allowed to do climb actions because they don't have dice. But I might be wrong about that. Don't take it as verbatim. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I guess. So Barbara's swarmed by the Enforcers, and all those Enforcers are going to get an action when the hired gun card is drawn. So let's draw the next initiative card and see if that's a problem or not. Is it a problem? Oh dear, it is a problem. Okay, well in that case we might as well just stick with it then. So all those enforcers get to do something. This one can't get to Barbara, so he'll move. Those three though get a free attack against her. They're all doing 2 damage. Yep. Her defense though, her base is 3, and she's currently got 2 more from the dice she rolled. So, for 3 attacks, all doing 2 damage. First one, she takes 1. Second one, she takes 1. Okay. Third one, she takes none. Aha! So in total, she took 2 damage. I didn't think, or I thought those dice rolls were on camera. I think they were only partially on camera. I'll roll a bit more to the right next time. But she took a total of 2 damage. Then the hired guns themselves get to go, and they want to engage at range 4 for 2 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. They just want to, yeah, they want the person with the most health, so they're going to attack Nightwing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he is going to move forwards so that he's in range to shoot Nightwing with his other action. The one down in the street, they only move 3, so it would be 1, 2, 3, and then he would just shoot Barbara because she's there. And he would go 1, 2, 3, and then his other action would be to climb up, I guess. So he would just climb up there. That's quite a swarm she's got surrounding her. And then the one across the way, I guess he wouldn't want to climb down onto the street. So what he would do is move here, shoot Nightwing, but be at a -1, because he's at range 5. So I think that makes sense. So, Nightwing is currently rocking 3 base defense, and then he has 2 more thrown in. And this is 2 base damage against the first guy shooting him. He blocks it all, and then 1 from the other one because it's firing at unoptimal range, which he blocked. And then this one firing at Barbara, she's also rolling 5 defense this turn, and she blocked 1 of it. So she took a total, she's up to 3 damage in total, but she only got shot at once, so the under fire doesn't come into effect. And with that, we can draw the next card. It's either going to be Barbara or Nightwing, and it's going to be Nightwing. Alright, so the first thing Nightwing is going to do is use his grapple gun, I have decided. So there's the grapple gun card, hopefully in focus. Ignore any figures and non-blocking terrain for your next move this turn, though you can't end an action in a space with another figure. If you move through friendly figures, you can drag one with you, but that's not going to be a thing that happens. So as far as I can tell, because it says you ignore non-blocking terrain, that it ignores any penalty for jumping, like going across gaps and whatnot, although Nightwing's Master Acrobat that I gave him makes him ignore slow, rough and elevated terrain anyway. So he's going to spend 2 feet, which gives him a total of 8 movement, and he's going to make use of that. He's only got 1 punch. Ideally he wants to throw attack, I just realised. But if he's in base to base with more than 1 enemy, he gets an extra die. I want to go take out the guns. I feel like Batgirl's okay, maybe. She doesn't have a grapple gun to get out of there though, that's the only problem. I'm sure she's fine. Let's see, let's move Nightwing. So he has more than enough movement to essentially go wherever he likes, but I want to be at range 1 to throw a Batarang. Or if I go there, he'd be rolling 3 dice against 3 HP with 2 defense. Well, you know what? Before we do that move then, I found a way to be more efficient with my dice. He'll spend his 2 ranged and also the throwing blade so that he can throw at ranged 4. Because that means he can chuck a Batarang at the back of this guy's head and then do the movement I was talking about. So, 2 for normal. He spent a double, and then the throwing blade card adds 1 die as well. And remember, you can use as many bits of equipment in a turn as you want. You can only use 1 skill per turn though. So, damage -2. Only 2, huh? We'll spend focus to roll the 3 blocks. There's one better than that. That's more like it. That is 4 damage to a 5 health thug. It also gives Barbara an out when her card is drawn. So that's 4 to the back of him. Then he would move, and I'm going to move him right smack dab here, so he's adjacent to 2 enemies, which means his independent kicks in. While Nightwing has 2 or more enemy figures adjacent to him, he rolls +1 battle die when attacking and defending. And he's going to do that. He's going to spend a single punch. So he would have a base of 2 because of that bonus I just mentioned, plus an extra 1, and it's damage -2. Oh dear. I'm going to spend focus again. He's only got one left. He rolled the exact same thing. He did no damage. That's unfortunate. And I think the only card left is Batgirl, who is absolutely surrounded by thugs. Yep. So let's see what... I'm going to need to think for a second what to do with her. Alright, I've had a think, and what Barbara's going to do is spend 2 of her movement on a special action called Leap. And I'm reading from the rulebook here just so we're all clear on it. Move your figure up to 3 spaces in a straight line ending on a space without a figure. While leaping, ignore all figures' breakaway attacks because those henchmen would force her to, like... She wouldn't be able to move because she's surrounded by too many of them. Except you may not move through blocking terrain or move from low terrain to elevated terrain. Other figures do not draw line of sight to you while you are leaping. Which I guess also means you can break away if you're under fire, I suppose. Is that why they say that? You may use leap to move over bottomless terrain and from elevated terrain to other elevated terrain, i.e. one roof to other roof, if you're not using a backlaw. You're still affected by terrain in your ending space as normal. So that means she can't jump to the fire escape because the fire escape is difficult terrain. So she's spending her 2 move. She's jumping in a straight line for 3. 1, 2, 3. Over here, basically just backflipping over this thug's head. And then she's going to try and club him with a batarang. Base damage of 1, she's spending a double that she got from Robin. So she's throwing 3 dice at him, and it is damage minus 2. She only needs 1 damage. Good enough. She smacks him for 1 damage. He is out of there. And that does take us to the end of Battle Round 1 already. I'll shuffle the initiative cards, and then we'll go over dice, etc. as normal. Not shuffling Catwoman's card in, because she always goes first. Alright, so to start Battle Round 2, we've got to roll some dice. Do I want to give Batman a specific symbol? Yeah, I'm going to give him the double attack icon as his middle dice using his prepared ability. He rolled a wild card, so he hasn't got any damage, but we'll just give him a focus back. And a double ranged, which we'll definitely share to Robin, because that's Robin's thing. And we'll turn this one into... He needs a move. Ideally he needs a double move to reach Catwoman actually, so hopefully Robin rolls 1. He's got a good chance of it. So sure, for Nightwing, 2 moves and a block. Not ideal. He'll share the block to Batgirl, because she's probably going to get attacked. And he'll keep the 2 moves. He'll share 1 move with Batman, so that gives him enough to get to Catwoman, which is perfect. Batgirl's dice. A block, a range, and a move. We'll give the move to Robin. We'll give the range to Nightwing, and keep the block for herself, so that he has an option. She didn't spend any focus, but her brilliant roll would give her back 1. And then Tim Drake. 2 double moves and a wild card. Okay. Share 1 double move with Barbara, 1 double move with Batman, and the wild card rather, he will turn into double ranged. That will let him give a pretty decent range attack if he can... Oh, he breaks away for free as well, because of his slippery roll. Yeah, so I'll give them their extra icons, and then we're back to Catwoman. So Catwoman activates, and she wants to attack the person with the most skill. Batman and Robin both have the same at 3, so she's just going to attack the closest target. So for her first action, she will move next to Robin here. Isis also activates and moves 1, 2 onto Robin's square. So he's now got that -1 debuff to attack and defense, was it? Attack rolls, hit rolls, defend rolls, and every roll is -1 while he's on the same square as Isis. She still has 2 actions left, so she will attack him twice for 2 damage. And Robin is currently rocking 3 defense, sorry for reaching over the camera. 3 defense dice, 2 damage twice. He fully blocks the first one. Okay, 1 damage. That's could have been a lot worse. 1 damage to Robin. Oh, sorry, wait, -1 defense. So that first one where he fully blocked would actually be 1 damage, and this would be 2 damage. So actually, he took 3 damage, and that's much worse, because he only has 10 HP. Oh, I already moved the camera back here, but I just realised we might draw one of the cards for people down there. I don't know. Let's see. No, we are going to Nightwing first. So for Nightwing's turn, he can't really do much. All he has access to is a single ranged die because of how his rolls worked out. I'm looking at the special rules for the mission. The special action rescue bystander. Pardon me, incidentally, the formatting for this rule is terrible. Look at this. There's so many missed spaces in the rule for it. While adjacent to a bystander without a status effect or time bomb attached to them, but not enemies, again, all missing spaces, Spend 1 action with a non-defend icon to remove the bystander from the board. It doesn't say that they're enemies, like it makes a difference if there's enemies nearby. So he'll spend one of the move icons he has that he ain't using to... Oh, but she's on the ground though. He's elevated. He'll move away first then, so he's getting a movement penalty of 2. Oh wait, no, he's not slowed by that, is he? He is. Breakaway... Yeah, Master Acrobat doesn't say anything about breakaway attacks. So he'll spend 2 to move away then. That gives him a total of 8 movements, so it's more than enough. I just want to move him over here. And he'll spend the unused movement icon he had, because he had 3, to rescue this bystander, to get her off the board. Not that there's a time limit for that, but hey, why not? And then he'll chuck a batarang, one of those ranged guys. So it's only 2 dice. He needs, well, it's damage minus 2. I don't think that's worth re-rolling anything on, honestly. You know, he should have done the batarang at the same time. It doesn't affect the damage at all, so I'll just retroactively apply it. It does stun. As I throw away the card. You can either choose to make it do stun or entangle. Entangle just means they have to kind of break free of like a bola thing. But I'm going to do stun. So that gun guy does not get to activate when his card is drawn. But Nightwing can't do anything else this turn, unfortunately. So we're back around this side of the camera. Grab another initiative card. Where am I moving it to next? Batgirl, I don't need to move it anywhere. I do want to stop and think about what she wants to do though. Okay, I've decided what Barbara is doing. Also, I removed the damage there because that was for the henchman that got knocked out. She doesn't have many good dice to attack with this turn. She's going to initiate a ranged attack because she's got a thug at range 2, so why not? It's just 2 dice. It's damage minus 2, which is nothing. She's got more than enough focus. I might as well try and do a reroll. I'll just reroll both. Try for a double-double. Okay, she did 1 damage. That's fine. 1 damage to the back of his head. Now, poor Barbara. She's going to spend... Because she can't really jump over their heads. I guess she could spend a double to swing into them. Actually, she could do that as well. Yeah, why not? She'll spend a double move icon that she got from Robin to do Spring Forward, which is the card we saw last time. Bring it into focus here. Hopefully in focus. Batgirl leaps up to... Oh, but a leap is a straight line though. Nope, never mind. It's a straight line. So no, she can't. Because the enemies aren't in a straight line to her. In that case, she'll just... spend the 2 feet to move 8, and she's going to do 1, 2, and jump off the building. So she's taking 4 dice worth of damage. She does get to block this. So she's going to be taking 3 damage, and she's rolling... How many block dice is she rolling now? 3 base, but it's buffed by 2, so she's rolling 5. Against 3 damage, she blocked it all. And then when she's down there, she's spending her last unused foot to get that bystander off the map. If nothing else, even if I don't manage to take out Catwoman, I want to say at least I rescued the hostages. So that's all she's doing. She's got nothing else left, just 2 defense. So, next initiative card. And it's the Enforcers. Okay, they're mostly going to be playing catch-up, so I think we could probably just do their turn. Because they're stuck up here on the roof, they want to attack the person with the lowest HP. They have to go 1, 2, 3, 1. So they're chasing after Barbara down here, and that's the one that's wounded. 1, 2, 3, and then I guess 1, 2 to get over there, and then 1, 2, 3. He would stay on the fire escape, I think. They can't reach, but again, they'll get a turn when the hired guns get a turn. Are they going to get a back-to-back turn? Is that what's happening? Let's check. No! Tim Drake gets to go. So Tim has Isis on his square and Catwoman right next to him, and he wants to do a massive ranged attack this turn, which is a bit risky in and of itself because Catwoman could just ignore the attack. But he doesn't need to pay a bonus, or a penalty rather, when he breaks away because of his slippery roll. So he's got more than enough. He could spend a total of 5 movement icons, that is, and each give him 3. So let's just spend 1 and go from there because he wants to stay close but not too close. And he'll go 1, 2. We'll move Catwoman's damage over here real quick. She's only got the 2. And he is going to initiate a ranged attack on her, but let's just roll the dice, see if it matters. It does matter. It is going to attack her, so that is very positive because he is spending 2 double icons for ranged attacks. So he gets a base of 1, 2 doubles, put in 4, and his practice makes perfect, puts in another 1. Oh yeah, I forgot that gave him an automatic, like he can throw from 4 and not get degraded, so in fact, he'll pull back there. So that's 6 dice he's rolling, and it's damage minus 3. So there's the 3 that would be getting blocked. He'll spend one of his 2 insight, focus rather, to re-roll these. Oh, he did 1 damage. Not ideal. So Catwoman's up to 3. She's got 10 health left. I'll just draw the other initiative card and just show you what it is. It's either Batman or the hired guns. Okay, I have to move the camera again. So before the hired guns activate, the enforcers get to do 1 action, which means that one of them is going to punch Barbara, the other one is going to move into base to base, and the other one I don't really know what they can do because they can't move around her diagonally, so I guess it would just stay there. I'm not sure. Barbara's still rocking 5 defense because of the buff she had this turn from the dice rolled. So that is 3 damage coming in, 2 damage, sorry, everything does 2. 2 damage, she fully blocked it. But then the hired guns get to activate. So this one would go 1, 2, 3 and then shoot at Barbara. This one would go 1, 2, 3 and shoot at Barbara. And then the other 2 I think would just shoot at Nightwing from where they are. Oh no, the one on the fire escape would maybe climb up. I think because he's on elevated terrain, so he would need to climb up. So 1, 2, there. They'll both shoot at Nightwing, which is bad. Especially because the one doesn't really need to move, so that means he would come up under fire. Yeah. Alright, let's do the 2 shooting at Barbara first. They're just shooting twice, once each. 2 damage. So she's taken 1. And she's taken 2. So she took a total of 3 more damage. She's up to 6 damage. That is not good. And then the one firing once at Nightwing. How much defense is he rocking this turn? 4. 3 base plus 1 bonus. So the one shooting at him once, he fully blocked it. Oh yeah, does he have any bonuses against this? No, because he's not adjacent to 2 enemies. And then the one firing at him twice, 2 damage. Yep, he took 2 damage. And then the other shot, ooh, he took 4 damage in total, and he is under fire now, which does have an icon, but let me just read what it says here first. Place a firing token. I won't bother placing the firing token, just place the under fire token. It's just so you remember who's doing it, but it's that guy at the back. Place a fire token on the attacking figure. Actually, no, it's not. He's the one who didn't move. I already got it wrong. Maybe I should place the icon. Place the under fire token on the defending figure. The defending figure may not move towards the attacker until they end their turn under fire. And if they end their turn under fire, they instantly die. Luckily, it's not really a big deal because Nightwing has a smoke bomb. So that will get him out of that deal. But he did take a lot of damage. So there is an icon. Do I have it handy? There's a lot of icons in this game. Let's see. I think that's the, yep, there we go. That's the under fire icon. It's Batgirl leaping for cover. So he's under fire, and the one that is firing at him is, oh, once I find the other icon, there it is. I guess they're supposed to be matching colors. That's why, in case multiple people are under fire. So he's firing at him, so Nightwing can't approach him. He can move away. It's just he can't move towards. And the last card we know already is Batman, but I'll just draw it to prove it. There it is. So we're back over to him to end off battle round 2. So, the Batman, what can he do that's especially good? Let's see. He's got plenty of move. He's got a double from Robin. He's got a single from Nightwing. He rolled one of his own. He could do a double ranged hit. He's already used his throwing blade though. So he'll spend 1 foot, gives him 3 movement, and then he wants to get within 2 of Catwoman. 1, 2. He won't use his full movement. Then he'll initiate a ranged attack. Doesn't matter. Does Catwoman instantly avoid the damage? She does not, so he is going to get an attack for a total of base 2, plus he's spending a double, so 4 dice. And it is damage minus 3. 1 damage, I guess we'll take it. We'll take the 1 damage. So Catwoman's down to 4. He'll then spend another move to get into base, or adjacent to her, and initiate a close combat attack. Does she ignore his close combat attack? Yes. Yes, he does. Or she does, rather. So unfortunately, after 2 turns, Catwoman has only taken 4 damage. We have 2 turns in which to do 9 damage to her, or we instantly fail. Alright, battle round 3 starts with rolling some dice. I'm going to give Batman a set. Let's go with a set. Let's go with a set double range this time. Roll the other 2. Another double range. He'll share that with Robin because that's Robin's thing. He'll share a double fist with Nightwing there. And Nightwing's just going to roll. Wow. Okay, he can do an amazing ranged attack this turn. He'll feed some of that back into Batman. And we share the fist there. With Barbara, okay, she got a wild card. She heals 1 focus automatically, so it doesn't matter. Does she heal? That's the important part. She heals 2 damage. Good, so she's only got 4 damage on her now. And she'll share the foot with Robin, the defense with Nightwing. She'll give herself double punches. She's going to go all out this turn. And then Robin. Ooh, 2 double range and a foot. Oops, that was a double range. I moved it. The foot he needs to share with Batman, I think, to give him an option. Although Catwoman's already starting in base to base. Yes, yeah, he needs to, so that he has an option to pull back and do a ranged attack afterwards. He'll keep a double for himself, share a double with Batgirl, and as always, Catwoman goes first. So Catwoman is obviously just going to attack Batman because again, he and Robin have the same stat, and Batman is right there. Isis is going to walk onto Batman's square though for that -1, unfortunately, meaning he might take some damage. So that is 3 attacks, all doing 2 damage. First attack, he doesn't block any because of the debuff, so it's 2 damage. Oh, okay. So 2 damage from the first one, and that one he blocks 2, so he blocks all the damage. Third attack, he blocks none of it. So that was a total of 3 damage to Batman there. That's the first damage he's taken though, so that's not too bad. And that is her turn. So with that, we'll just draw the first initiative card, and I'll pull it over here. Oh, it's the Enforcers. So Barbara Gordon is still the target of the Enforcers because she has the least HP out of her and Nightwing. And she's right there next to 2 of them. So 2 of them are going to attack her twice. Then the last one can't get to her or Nightwing, so I guess he's just going to stay there because he doesn't have enough move to move past her, and there's bystanders in the way. So she's getting attacked for 2 damage twice from 2 enemies. Her defense base is 3, but she's getting a +1 this turn. So 2 damage from the first thug. She takes 1. His other attack, she takes 1, so that's 2 more damage. She's up to 6. And then the other thug attacking her, 2 damage. She blocks it all. 2 damage. She blocks it all. So she's at half, well, just below half health. And they are going to be able to attack her again though when the hired guns get to go. And let's see if that's right now. Which would be bad. I don't actually know what happens if Nightwing... Okay, it is Nightwing that's activating. If the hired guns had activated before him and he's already under fire, does he get placed under more fire? I guess they would just get to shoot him again. So he needs to get out of there, so give me a second. Alright, I've decided what Nightwing is doing, and I didn't realise when I was picking his dice and whatnot, he has no move. So if he didn't have a smoke bomb, I would have just lost instantly, because he wouldn't be able to move on his turn. But luckily, he's using the last bit of equipment he has, smoke bombs, so that's 4 smoke within 3 spaces, and he is going to gas up this area here, which is breaking line of sight, which means he is safe from being insta-killed this turn. I guess he'll smoke up the staircase as well. But unfortunately, that limits what he can do, but at least it means he doesn't insta-die, because that would fail the mission. So that smoke is there until his next turn, apparently. And then he's going to look down over the edge of the building and chuck some ranged dice at people to help Barbara out. Starting with, he counts as being 2 above though, so he's going to take a debuff. So maybe he should just throw 1 big one, I guess. Yeah, I guess he will. So he'll do a ranged attack on him. He's allowed to because he's on elevated terrain. So he counts as being 2 away. So I think that means he's... Actually, wouldn't it just be 2 by default, so it's not 3? So if he threw at this guy, it's no debuff. I think so. That might be wrong. I mean, elevated definitely counts as 2. It's just whether or not you also count the additional square he's on. I don't think you do. So 1 base, and then he's spending 2 doubles for 2 more. So it is damage -2. So that would be doing 4 damage. It would leave that thug on 1 health. He only has 1 focus left. Good enough. Yeah, I'm going to take that damage. I'll say he has 4 damage. I'm not going to push my luck, because then if Barbara takes him out, she gets healed on the kill, thanks to her bird of prey. So that's 4 damage to that thug there. And Nightwing can't do anything else. He had like 2 double fists to use, and he can't use them because you can't attack elevated base to base. Yeah, he's done. At least he didn't lose thanks to the smoke bomb, but... Who's next? It is Batgirl. Perfect. Alright, so Batgirl is immediately going to try and punch out the henchman who has 1 health left. Base attack of 1, she's spending a double punch for 3. She just needs to get higher than 3 successes. She'll spend a focus. She did nothing. Well, she'll do another attack. She's got another double to spend, so she's rolling the exact same thing. Come on now. This is a different attack, so she can spend focus again. Actually, she has her brilliant rule lets her spend. Yeah, she can re-roll re-rolls as long as she's willing to spend focus again. So let's say I haven't spent that double then, and I did just spend a focus, and then I'm going to spend another focus to try again. Are you kidding me? She's spending another focus. I think I can do as many as I want. In addition, Batgirl may re-roll a given roll more than once, spending focus each time. Yeah, she can. Okay. Finally! Oh, that would have been such a good hit against a full health thug. This one is gone, and then Bird of Prey kicks in. Each time Batgirl knocks down or KOs an enemy figure, she regains life equal to the number of hits rolled on one die. Nothing. It's one of those kind of days, is it? So, get this damage off the table first of all. She still has that other double physical icon, because I just used a bunch of rerolls. So, she'll use that on the other thug that's hurt. 3 dice minus 2. She got him for 2. Okay, he's got 2 health left. She'll spend a foot to move back, and then she'll chuck a batarang at him. Again, 3 dice minus 2. She actually got him. That is more like it. She KO'd an enemy, so she gets hits back equal to... Oh, I kind of dropped that more than rolled it. Let's try that again. Doesn't matter. She doesn't heal at all. But hey, at least she got rid of another thug. And with that, we can draw another initiative card. So I have to come around this side of the camera again. It's a hired guns. So before the hired guns, there's one enforcer left. He would go 1, 2, 3, and then he's out because he only gets 1 action. Then the hired guns would go... he is too far away, so that would be 1, 2, and then he would shoot at Batgirl. He is 1, 2, 3, 4 away, so he can shoot twice at her. And they would both... They can't see, so he would go 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, and shoot. So one of them can shoot Nightwing. So the one that's shooting Nightwing, he's got 4 defense dice currently. 2 damage. He blocked it. And then Barbara's taking 1 shot from him, 2 shots from him. And she is rolling 4 dice as well. So the single shot, she blocked none of it and took 2. That's not good. And then the guy that's shooting at her twice, drop that. Don't count drop dice, you've got to roll them. That's 2 more damage. Oh dear. I think she has 1 health left. I think we just lost. Unless she fully blocks this. She blocked 1. Would that kill her? Hang on. 9, 10. That would kill her. She's spending her last focus to re-roll those dice. And she failed. That means we actually lose because she takes 1 damage and that is her cap. So we would insta-fail the mission right there. I'm going to play on because I want to see if I can take out Catwoman. But that would be an insta-fail there because Barbara is down. And with that we can draw another initiative card. Because I just want to see if I was able to take out Catwoman in 4 turns. Tim Drake gets to go. Let's see what he can do. So from where he's starting, Tim is going to take the mother of all ranged attacks, which means I just need to roll... Oh, as I hit the camera. I need to roll to see if Catwoman just ignores the attack. She doesn't, which is important because he's going to roll a lot of dice. So, he's got a base range attack of 1, but practice makes perfect, throws in 2, and he's spending 3 double icons for 6 more dice, which is all the dice the game comes with. So he's rolling, what, 2, 4, 6? He's rolling 8 dice, and I'm not going to be able to fit these on camera, I think. Let's see. Absolutely not. And it's damage minus 3. So there's the damage gone away to her defense, which means he's currently doing 6. And he'll spend his last focus to reroll those 2 blocks, which rolled into 2 blocks, so ignore me. But yeah, he did 6 damage to her. That's pretty good. Do I have enough damage icons for that? I do not. Need to grab her from the box. 6 damage. So that's her up to 10, so she has 3 left. So in turn 4 they might be able to do it. Again, we're just playing on because I want to see if I can take out Catwoman, but we have already lost. Next initiative card, I think, is... Oh yeah, Batman hasn't gone this turn yet. Okay. Well, we might just be able to end here if he takes her out. So Batman also wants to make a gigantic ranged attack, and he has 1 movement to spend. He can only move 1 square away because of the breakaway,
but that doesn't matter. He technically could have used his grapple gun to not get a penalty, but it doesn't matter. Does the attack even happen? Does Catwoman dodge it? She does not. So that means he gets to do it. This is our chance. He is 2 base damage, and then he's spending a single and 2 doubles. 1 less die than Robin was rolling. Damage -3. I think that's already enough. How much health did she have left? She had 3 left? Yeah. He's done exactly enough to take her out. So Catwoman is down. So technically, at the end of turn 3, well, it would have kept going because there's still 1 bystander on the map, so no matter which way you cut it, we lose. But because of the criteria that if any of my team get killed, I instantly lose, we have indeed lost. Nightwing on 1 more turn could have saved that last bystander for sure. But hey, let's go to cleanup. So if this was a multi-part mission, which again, the rest of the ones that come with the game are, you keep going. Even if you lose part of it, you keep going, you read out the text for losing, but you go on to the next mission. Potentially there's sometimes some penalties, I'm not sure. But the text for losing cooperative mode on this one, villains, victory. The crime rate rises once again and Gotham citizens double lock their doors. Nothing too bad. I guess just when they were about to go arrest Catwoman, they heard Batgirl yell for help from the alleyway next door. So Batman and Robin had no choice but to go and help her and Nightwing. And then while they were doing that, Catwoman slipped away. So that is it for the mission. It was a loss, but again, you play on from losses. You keep going. The next episode in the book is Heart of Ice, which is a very famous episode about Mr. Freeze from the original series. Introduces new status effects, Cold and Entangle, and I believe is a 3-parter. Yes it is. So, people did enjoy watching me play through the first one of these, and I hope that is also the case for this one, even though I lost. But again, the game kind of takes losses into consideration and you just keep playing. My ideal, I guess, because painting up the miniatures would take too long, and I don't really want to use other Batman miniatures because they don't fit the theme. Let me know in the comments if this is what you want. I'm happy to play on, do the episodes, carry on, but just using unpainted miniatures. Using the miniatures from the box, unpainted, as you've watched these 2 tutorial ones, just for the fun of playing it. Maybe house rule some stuff that doesn't seem that fun, because that's the joy of playing board games focused on you versus the game itself. You can adapt the rules. Not so that it's ridiculously easy to win, of course, but so that the playing of it is more fun. And that could definitely happen, like ignoring the escalation rule. I don't see the point of it existing at all. But either way, it was a loss this time. If you want to see me carry on with this, and don't mind that the miniatures would go unpainted, let me know in the comments, and I'll judge that going forwards whether it's worth proceeding or not. So, thank you for watching though, if you did. And I've had people ask like how you get this game. I have no idea if they're selling it outside of Kickstarter, so if you know the answer to that, by all means let the people know. Because I thought it was a Kickstarter exclusive game, but apparently it might not be. You could probably pick it up on eBay, people selling their all-in pledges or box games that they don't want because they've changed their mind. But you might be paying inflated prices, that's the only thing. It's a fun game. I feel like you do need to house rule some stuff to have a more smooth play, but it might just be me. I'm always wanting to tweak things. But either way, thank you for watching. Enough rambling. See you next time, hopefully. Ta-ta for now.